Welcome to this Windows channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Wednesday, October 18th, 2017. Today, in our Tech News Update, we have Google Calendar getting a facelift, if you want. Basically, Google Calendar on the web has been pretty much the same drab version for the past years and many, many years. So it's been a long time since it's been really upgraded. Well, now it has a new look. If you're using Google Calendar on your Android or iOS device, you might have noticed that the app is actually quite nice. Well, now Google Calendar on the web is getting up to par with this, and it's much better. Now, I don't have it, but apparently a lot of people started having it on their Google Calendar. All you have to do is go to the web in your Gmail account, click the calendar, and see if you've got the new design. If you don't, apparently it's rolling out in the next couple of weeks. You should eventually have it. Twitter is in the line of fire of a lot of people. There's a lot of criticism over the way that it handles trolling, nudity, hate speech, terrorism. And of course, in the past year, they've been telling us, oh, well, we'll do this or we'll do that to try to fix things. But in practice, there's really nothing much that has changed in the past year. Well, now Twitter has actually a set of new rules that they're actually going to enforce, including suspending immediately accounts of people that don't follow these rules. Will it work and will they really do something about it? That's anyone's guess. Well, Windows 10 on ARM is something that we've talked about through the year, but we have yet to see devices that are actually being sold with this. Well, Microsoft has confirmed today that there will be many devices rolling out for the holiday season this year that have the Windows 10 on ARM, and they say that they will have amazing battery life, and as an executive said yesterday, they say this could be a game changer as you'll have a lot more battery with these devices. So this is going to be interesting to see. It's going also to be interesting to see the performance of these. The ARM processors are very powerful, but I'm not sure they are as powerful as what we have with Intel and AMD in terms of running a Windows operating system on it. So this is going to be kind of interesting to see. Microsoft is very, very quiet, but some employees have come out and said, well, yeah, in 2013, Microsoft's internal bug database has been hacked. And we're not sure as to what point or anything. Microsoft doesn't deny the fact. They actually say that in 2013, a bug in some of the websites in servers, including, they say even Google and Facebook actually were hacked at some point because of this. And but it's not sure to where. Microsoft has a very, very tight security internally, and so maybe they didn't go very far, but it's interesting to see how quiet Microsoft is about that, and we're wondering exactly why it's not saying anything. One of my theories is that maybe what has been stolen is so sensitive that it's rather not say anything than just have to say it out loud. And of course, probably nothing to do with at least users, as they would have probably said, well, username and password need to be changed or things like that. So it's kind of interesting, and it's interesting to see that Microsoft stays quiet with this. Well, New York in May of this year has adopted a new set of rules for autonomous vehicles. And a lot of companies said, well, they don't want to test it out there because the rules are a little harsh and it's kind of difficult to go against the regulations or try to stay within the regulations. Well, a company says, I'm going to do it. GM, General Motors, is to start testing self-driving cars in Manhattan, New York in 2018. And they say that they are going to actually test out how all of that works with the regulations and try to tweak, of course, and have interesting outlook on what's going to happen with these cars. If you are on the Insider platform for Windows, one of the things that is going to be interesting to see is that Microsoft is set to actually send us a whole set of amps that will be redesigned with Fluent Design, but also with new features and clearly redesigned from top to bottom. Basically, the Microsoft Store and the Mail and Calendar app are some of the first that will have this, but we will see a lot of that coming throughout the next few weeks and months. So I think this is going to be interesting. Not only will we test Windows future, but we'll test the future of all the apps, the core apps of Windows 10. Nielsen is a company that measures the audiences for TV shows, and basically they actually connect with people and ask them, what are you watching? Some of them having little boxes that can actually monitor what you're watching and what you're looking at. Well, it's really nice because it gives a clear view of what's the audience for this or that show and for the different networks. But one of the things that right now was difficult to measure was streaming services. What are the audiences? It's fine to see that Netflix is saying we've got millions of users or whatever, but the actual numbers, well, Nielsen says that in the next few months they're going to roll out a new way of actually measuring audiences that will include measuring audiences for streaming services. So maybe in 2018 somewhere we'll have some of the real good numbers as to what is actually and how popular this is. And finally, if you're thinking of a future in IT, maybe you're wondering if it's a good place to go for a job, seems that spending and hiring should be very good in 2018. There have been many years where IT spending didn't really move on, but because of Internet of Things devices, AI, artificial intelligence, and VR and mixed reality, future is looking bright apparently for tech workers. But there's one catch. You got to keep up your training to make sure that you are good with the latest technologies. So this was the Tech News Update. We are Wednesday, October 18th, 2017. You enjoy our videos? Why not subscribe? Give us thumbs up. And thank you so much for following us on this channel.